right, let's do part two. Right now we are inside of the ad set. Remember, now we are going. I'm going to explain you from top to bottom. It's very important again that you start your ad set with the right information. That way, when you um, come back to your ads, you know what is what and what was the focus of for any ad. So you keep it as organized as possible. 001, 002, and so on. The type of conversion, the type of objective and conversion, product, and so on. Just like the previous video. Now, since we are using a conversion ad, Facebook is going to ask you what type of objective event you want to focus on. Here are a few examples that you have. You have view content. You want Facebook to find people to view your content. You might get some purchases there, of course. You might initiate checkout. These are the most important ones for me. Purchase, of course. You want buyers, and add to cart. Those are the ones that I always go for each time. So I prefer to use view content in the beginning just to get some data going, and then add to cart, and then purchase. For this example, I'm gonna go with purchase. As you can see, it's red, so don't freak out. That means that your data haven't been fired, so don't worry about it. Once you start getting sales and conversions, this will switch to green. If you want to see your pixel, you just click here and view your pixel, or if you want to email this um, to your whoever is dealing with for you with your pages and things like that, you just click here. You can email the code. You should have your pixel like I mentioned in the before the training. You should have your pixel already installed. If you don't, here's the pixel, and you could play with this, and it's very easy to follow. You have different events, and or you can email just the pixel code right here. But I'm not gonna go over that right now. So copy. It's more advanced stuff, but it's very easy to install the pixel. You should install it in your landing page or the thank you page, or if you have an e-commerce store, you should put it there. In Shopify, it's very easy to install the pixel. But let's move on. Offer, I rarely use this, but if you have an offer, just hit the on button and then create an offer, and you just follow the steps here. If you want to like give 20% off, details about the offer, everything you type here is going to be under the details section right here. See, and then you set up the date, time, online only. You just very easy questions to answer, and you should be good to go. But like I said, I don't deal with that too much. So, but it's up to you depending on your strategy. But for right now, I'm gonna turn it off. Now here, this is the most important part of the entire ad. If you don't get this right, um, you are going just to throw money away to Facebook. Custom audiences are audiences that were created before, and I'm going to show you how to create custom audiences later. But for now, just keep that in mind. That are audiences that were created before, as you can see here, the CPAS, custom audience, um, and so on. You set up names and things like that. So those are audiences that were created before. Now, lookalike audiences are audiences. Let's say you create an audience for people that were purchasing your product. So you create a custom audience first, in which I'm going to show you later, and then you hit the lookalike audience. So Facebook will find people that were buyers or are were are similar to that audience that was buying your stuff or clicking or and so on. This is huge. If you get this right, um, this is when all the conversions are going to start kicking in. And then custom audience, I already covered that. Those are the same. I was just explaining you under all, in which we're including this one and this one. So, but lookalike are audiences similar as the custom audience that you created before. Just keep that in mind, but don't worry about it now. So now, locations. You could go worldwide. You could go by country. You could even target your neighbor if you want. This is huge on Facebook. The first thing that I do, I always target people who live in this location, not everyone in this location. And the reason why is because maybe I'm in Canada and I'm just visiting Canada, and I might see the ad because I'm part of this everyone in this location. That doesn't mean I'm gonna buy something and ship it to the hotel. It could happen, but it's gonna happen maybe 1%, 2% of the time. So when you do your create your ad, make sure you click on people who live in this location or not recently or traveling and so on. You want people who are living in that whatever country or street, or you could go by state here. Facebook is awesome. You could go by, let's say, um, Texas. See, you could just target states. You could target countries. You could target worldwide. So that's targeting the entire world and so on. You don't want to do that, but just to prove my point that you should target you could target anything you want. In this example, I'm going back to the United States. Now here, depending on your service, your niche, um, you could. I always start from 21 and above because not everybody with 18 as a 18-year old have a debit card, credit card, or like to spend money. They all like to spend money, but I usually go from 21 and above. Um, but all depends. Remember, all depends of your targeting, um, the reason for your ad. In the beginning, you should try go broad and test your audiences. So you could go broad as you want. That means more than 65 years old or up to 60. It's up to you if you want to target all men and women, or if you want to target just men, or if you want to target just women. All depends. Now this one, most of the time, I don't add languages there. I just keep it simple. But you could put any language there if you want to target Spanish, all Spanish. Same thing with English, people that speak English, understand English, and things like that. But it's up to you. It all depends on the offer. Um, in my opinion, it's not that important, but it is important. So just keep that in mind. And remember, create your own strategy. Find what is working, what will work for you, what is not working. Now, before you doing the most important part, which is the targeting right here, make sure that you uncheck this box right here. And the reason why is because this number will be higher every time you have this checked in the same way it is right now. So just make sure you uncheck that, and then you start doing your targeting demographics and so on. Now, before I start explaining about the targeting, I'm going to cover this right side right here. As you start putting data here or names or targeting, I'm going to give you an example. Let's say I put this mom of grade school kids. Right now, Facebook is telling me the audience size. Is it way too broad or is it too specific? See, it's in the middle. So you want to be in the green. But also, you have to keep an eye on this number. 13 million right now people will be the targeted audience for this type of ad. Now, keep in mind, you don't want to go too broad, but you don't want to go too small. So that goes back to what I was saying before. It all depends on your goal. What are you trying to accomplish? Are you just testing? Are you you know? All depends what you want. Don't go too small below 100,000. Don't go below 250, but don't go above 2 million. It all depends. Once you find a winner and you create lookalike audiences, and I'm just throwing you some advanced stuff, you want to go broad. You want to go like 1 million, 2 million. But when you testing, you're trying to find the right audience. Don't go like 13 million. In my opinion, it's not a good idea. But remember, always trying to find you what will work for you. Now, the estimated daily results are based on the budget right here. See, at $20. Let me try to change this to $5. See how the reach now went down? Because all this is estimated daily results are based on the budget. So if you have $500 a day, that means that you could potentially show your ad to 36,000 up to 230,000 people a day. Maybe you could have 18 to 110 conversions. Most of the time, based on one click conversion window. This, what it says, based on 1 day click conversion window, is based on this, in which I'm going to cover later. So don't worry about it now for now. But I'm just showing you this right side right here. So now that you have that in mind, let's say we are going to target moms and daughters. Um, I really, okay, I'm trying to show you an example of a product that I already have. Um, okay, let's do this. Let's just target moms who also like baseball. Okay, so in this opinion, in this example, I'm going to target moms that have, of course, they got kids, and they like baseball. Maybe in my when I create the when I add the product, it's not gonna be exactly like month for baseball, but at least I'm going to show you how to add the product and or video and so on once we start covering the ad set. But for now, let's just do the targeting. Now, from now on, you have to think what my audience is. If you have a service, if you have network marketing, look for people who are involved in marketing or Gary Vee, and most of the time, Facebook, you could give you suggestions. So if you click here, you see you have Tony Robbins, you have Ty Lopez, Grant Cardone. Though, so Facebook is almost doing everything for you. So you don't have to at least come up with one, but Facebook could give you some suggestions. I highly recommend that if you go for interest, go for interest. If you want to go for demographics, in which I'm going to show you later, go for demographics. But as you can see, Facebook is giving me Russell Brunson. That's the ClickFunnels guy, smart guy, and so on. So you see, you have plenty of names here. Let me choose Tony Robbins. Just a few. I don't know all of them, but as you can see, as I pick 1, 2, 3, 4 names, already Facebook is telling me, hey, your potential reach is 3,200,000. So I'm going to keep looking. Ty Lopez. Now I have 3,600,000. So you have to keep an eye on this. Now, going back to what I was saying about the moms and I'm gonna go back and do the. But you have the point. You get the idea. You can look it up any niche here and just come up with one. All right. In my previous video, my computer went just crazy. So I'm going to continue where I left off. So sorry about that, and I didn't want to start the video all over again. Like I mentioned before, that's why I like to prefer to do short videos. But let's start from the top again. Let's organize almost close to how it was. The number, website conversions, purchase, people in mom, I think it was necklace that I decided to do in the beginning, USA, 24 to 45, mobile and desktop. And if you want to add more stuff, remember you are in the ad set now. And I said I was going to do purchase. And then I already covered what is this. people who live in this location, United States. I'm gonna go with what I just wrote in the top right here, 24 to 45. I'm gonna look for that 45. It's gonna be moms, and I left off right here. Uh, Remember, uncheck this, uncheck. Now, remember, this is the most important part of the entire ad. Now, based on your like I was mentioning before, based on your goal, your service, you need to think as a customer, as a who do you want to present this to? Just think about that. In my goal right now, I'm looking for moms that just are baseball freaks. They just love baseball. They love to see their son playing. Um, and with that in mind, if a mom has a kid that is playing baseball and she's a super fan, guess what? She's gonna be a coach. She just want to be part of the team and things like that. So that's why you need to think about all the stuff. Now, remember, you could target a name here. Uh, let's try this baseball. You see, you could ask Facebook for suggestion. Just type one, right? And then you could ask Facebook for suggestion. My son plays baseball, um, baseball um, youth baseball. It's not the same, but it's almost the same. So right now, Facebook is telling me that from 24 to 45 years old women who are interested in baseball mom, baseball youth, my son plays baseball. I have so far 160,000. I want to go bigger than that. So I'm gonna keep looking something related to that baseball talk, Nike baseball. No, that doesn't mean that is not too targeted because it's just Nike baseball. It's not relating to like my son and youth and things like that. Softball mom, it could be baseball. Let's see if we find something. At this point now, I'm not gonna add more stuff to it, but you can narrow your audience, and I'm gonna cover that. But Facebook app have more stuff behind inside these options right here, because you could browse. See, in demographics, you could browse demographics. You could target more interests. You could target behaviors, in which I'm going to add a few behaviors here in this example, and you have more categories. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind that you could just look for more stuff inside of Facebook. Most of the people just rush this process. This is the most painful process of the entire ad creation. But if you want to make money, just freaking do it the right way the first time, and do your best. If it's gonna take you 1 hour, 2 hours, guess what? When you go to work, they might pay you what, 10, $15 an hour, and you have to suck it up and just wait 1 hour to get paid. So if you want to get paid more than that, doing Facebook ads, take your time and do it right. Simple. So on the demographic, let's look on what is under demographics. You have your education, in which in this example, am I worried about their education level? You could, if you want to go like high speed and say, hey, you know what? I'm not gonna just target people, moms from 24 to 45 that are in just high school grad. Do they spend money, or moms in college and with some college degree spend more money than moms without any grad high school? It's up to you, but just keep that in mind that you have plenty of options there. Now, the education level also has the fields of study. This is a huge one. If you want to target like moms that are lawyers, or lawyers or doctors and things like that, just do a Google search, um, and search for areas that they study, that they passionate about, or schools. I wouldn't go for schools if it's if for a lawyer, doctors, because maybe you like a school but you didn't go to the school. It's two different things. Just keep that in mind. But just to show you a few of the behaviors on their education, you could go back. Just click on the left side right here. This drop down. It's gonna bring it back. Financial. You could target people. Hey, I want moms that are involved with baseball from 24 to 45 women in the United States, right? That maybe they're making more than 50,000 a year, or they're making more than 75, and so on. All depends on your targeting, how bad you wanna cover, how broad. Maybe moms that are just barely making money, 40,000, they're not gonna buy a T-shirt. They're not gonna buy this and that. I'm not judging, but just keep that in mind when you do your ads. And the same thing with the net worth. What their net worth is, what kind of assets they have. But it's up to you. And then now let's cover, which one is the other one? Generation. Let's go to generation, baby boomers, Generation X. Which one are buying more for your niche? You could Google that information, but keep that in mind. You have that option here on their behaviors. Home. Do they own? Are they renting? Are they homeowners? What type of home do they have? Home type. Is it an apartment? Is it a condo? What's the home value? Is it multi-family homes? They're single. All the stuff is under right here. You have a lot of options here. Household competition. Are they grandparents? Member of the family-based household, and so on. New parents, even veterans. If you want to go for the veterans niche, selling teachers to veterans and so on. This is huge. This is very important information for you to think about, and young and hip, young adults in home, life events. Let's see, anniversaries. If you wanna do the anniversary niche, that's a huge niche. Let's say you have a product that say, hey baby, love you, whatever. Anniversary is the most important day for me. This is the targeting that you want. You want to target people. The anniversary is in like 30 to 60 days. Within 30 days. Uh, but that's how easy you could target those people. People away from family. Maybe you have something, a product that is a quote that you are missing your dad, or your mom or your wife, you away. This is the right targeting that you need to target people and make them, create a quote that breaks their heart, and so they could purchase that. Birthday, same thing. Birthday month, you can go by month. See how easy this is. Birthday in August, you target that people, create a birthday, like people in August are the best, awesome people in the world, whatever. Just come up with something, you could target those people. That's how easy this is. Friends and relationship. Have a new job, your new relationship, newly engaged. Create some product that target those people. I'm in love, whatever, baby, I love you, and things like that. Well, whatever. Newly engaged. So you have so many different options here to create different products that is insane. And Facebook knows about this. Close friends of people. Look at this. Close friends. If you are close friends of man with a birthday on 7:30 days, guess what? You're gonna buy something for them. So just just keep that in mind. Come with a good product and target those people. But I'm gonna continue with my moms and things. Um, Parents. This is a huge one. Let me close this. Okay, parents. Let's click on all parents. New parents. Are they playing baseball from 0 to 12 months? Hell no, they're not going to play baseball. So I'm looking for when are they going to start playing baseball? Maybe from 6 to 8. I'm going to target those. 8 to 12. Yeah, they plays baseball. 13 to 18. Yep. Um, Maybe they are adults, but they're still playing baseball. Your son is still your baby, and even if he's 40. So you should target those people. Now I have a potential reach. Remember, you have to keep an eye on this number. That's way too high, but I'm going to try to lower it later. So don't worry about it for now. Just keep doing your search. Let's go back to demographics. I was in parents right here. You could target all parents. You can target all, or you just go depending on you could target all, or depending on your niche or your product, you should go really specific. We have moms here, big city moms, corporate moms, fit moms. If you have like products for like the, what is it called, in the health niche, fit moms and things like that, or what's up, CrossFit, and so on. You have Way more targeting here. Even soccer moms. I wish they put baseball moms here, but as you can see, maybe soccer is a big audience for people making products for soccer moms because it's already there. So there is something behind that. Politics. If you want to create T-shirts about politics and Trump and whatever, you just go. You could look it up here and create your ad about that. Now, relationship. This is important because let's say you create an ad for like you miss, for example, a father missing their son and things like that. Maybe that father is divorced. Maybe that father is missing his son very much. They're not living together. They only see on the weekends. And if you have a mom, one of those moms that don't even let your son, see your son, that's why you need to um, work on that relationship status. Divorce. Are they living together? They engage. All depends of the product. Just keep that in mind. I know I'm going away from my goal here, but I would like to explain you every little one and giving you ideas on how to come up with products. Most people don't even know what they, oh, why would I sell? Just come up here, look for something, create an audience, and then find a product. You don't have to find a product and then create an audience. You could do it the opposite way. Find a right audience, and depending on this audience, then you do a Google search and search for products related to your target audience. And that's it. Just go for it. But you have to spend money. You have to try. You have to keep testing. So now going back to relationship status. You can see you can target every single one. Now for this example, um, I'm going to target married. If it goes too broad, I'm gonna leave it there for now. It went up to 23 million, as you can see, but I might lower that later. Behaviors. This is another one that I like because I like. Um, I'm not gonna go again. You go anniversaries, business to business, but there's one in specific here that I like. It's the purchase behavior. I like I like shoppers. I like people that buy stuff. You don't want to present an ad to a target audience that don't buy crap. The whole point here is to make money. So you should engage shoppers right here. People that buy stuff. You see how it went down? I don't remember what the number before, but it's 31 million. Maybe it went up, but I'm gonna lower that later. Don't worry about it for now. Just keep adding stuff, and we're gonna switch all this. I have a strategy to show you how to get even smaller. But as you can see, you have engaged shoppers buying clothes. They're buying clothing. They're buying food and drink, health and beauty, home garden, house product, kids products. Let's see how the kids products are. No, it's not related to my stuff. Pet product, purchase types. Do they like to buy appliances, art, craft, baby products? If you have a product related for about babies, there you go. You have your audience here of 4 million. You see, each number has their own audience size. The bigger you go, the more broad you are, the less targeted it is. Electronics, home, restaurants, small software, stores, outdoor subscription services. If you want to sell subscription, higher gate, mortgage, so on. Residential. Okay. I know there was one. I didn't see it here. I'm gonna look it up. There's one online purchase. I like this one because what Facebook is telling me that they purchased something from 0 to 6 months ago. So you want that type of people. That's what I said. You want buyers. You have purchased over 48 months ago. I don't want people that bought something 40 months. I want people from 0 to 8 months. Now I might have to come up with a choice between this one and this one, but I'm gonna switch that out. I'm gonna play with this number later. So right now, with all that research that I did, what do I have right now up to this point? I have I told Facebook I want people in the United States who are 24 to 45 who are just only women. I didn't put any language, and I want Facebook to find me people with behaviors. I'm gonna take this out. It's automotive. I'm gonna take that out, and it's almost the same. I'm gonna keep that out. That wasn't related to my audience. So I'm telling Facebook I want behaviors, purchase behavior, engage shoppers. People are buying stuff. Um, I want moms from with kids from 0 to 8, 8 to 12, and so on. I also am looking for moms that are divorced and married, and I want moms that like baseball, baseball youth that are interested in this. I'm gonna try to find more stuff related to baseball mom coach. Nope. Softball mom. Nope. Softball and baseball is not the same. There is one way to search for any audience. You could use this. It's called, I call it like the alphabet research. Let's say you in the like baseball. You type the first letter, right, and then you on the first word, and then the second you start with A and see what comes up. And then if you don't find anything, guess what? You delete that A and you put B, and so on. That's why this part is the most important part. This part you should take your time. You should take hours. You should take even days if you want, and search for every little detail that you could add to your for your ad and your audience. And then if you can find anything related to that, guess what? Delete this one, put a C. Baseball cards. No, but I'm not, just to keep this video not that long. I'm just gonna stick to what I have already. But just keep that in mind. If you in the UFC, you could try UFC on Fox. You can see like UFC A. What can you find with UFC A? If not, go to B, and then go to C, and so on. You could just use that strategy just to keep finding more audiences. But for now, I'm gonna keep to this 31 million. Now I'm gonna narrow this audience. I'm gonna make it smaller, but because this one is too broad. Now I'm gonna narrow the audience. You see, you could exclude people that you don't want Facebook to show the ad to, or you can narrow your audience. Right now, I'm telling Facebook, hey, send me people that are engaged shoppers and or uh, have kids from 0 to 6 to 8, 8 to 12, 13 to 18, are divorced, and so it's an ad and or. Now, if I narrow the audience and I take one of these, copy, and I paste it here below, and then I just delete it from here. Remember, you don't want to leave it there on top and the bottom, but you should always do this with the highest number. And paste it down there. You see how I went up from 31 million to 8 million? Now what I'm telling Facebook, I want you to find me people that are interested in, that are demographic parents from 0 to 8, 6 to 8, and so on, blah blah blah, and must be engaged shoppers. That's a huge difference. It's not either or. It has to be this one and this one. That's why it's more targeted. That's why it went down from 31 millions to 8 millions. Now let's try to narrow that even more. Mary, let's try to add both of them. We're gonna even narrow them even more. 2 million. Now let's try to add the divorce one here too. So it went down to 2 million. So you could play this with this even more. Um, I wouldn't go, if I try something like this and I want to go broad, I could try to test with at least $20 a day. But 2 million I think is too broad. But just to keep this video going, let's see if let me copy this first, and then take this away. At least 1.4 is fine. I think I'm gonna stick to this. So now I'm telling Facebook I want people in the United States 24 to 45 that are women that are interested or demographic with this characteristic, and also be engaged shoppers, and also are divorced and married. Big difference. So now it's more targeted audience. Now, if you keep scrolling down, you know what? I'm gonna pause this video right here since I covered the most important part. I don't want to screw this video up and then have to do it over again. But you get the point. Um, in the next video, I'm going to cover the placements, the budget, and continue until I cover the ad set. So see you until the next video.